Your BMW engine is a precision machine, but these 10 deadly mistakes turn it into an expensive paperweight. Most BMW owners learn these lessons the hard way, after they've already destroyed their engine and faced repair bills that cost more than the car is worth. Number 10. Trusting BMW's lifetime fluid claims. BMW's biggest lie is claiming transmission fluid, differential fluid, and power steering fluid are lifetime components. This marketing myth is designed to sell you a new car when these systems fail prematurely, not to make your BMW last 300,000 miles. According to Consumer Reports investigations and class action lawsuit documentation, BMW's lifetime fluids are engineered to survive warranty periods, not your car's actual lifetime. After 60,000 miles, these fluids break down and cause catastrophic damage throughout your drivetrain. Here's what really happens when you believe the lifetime fluid myth. Your transmission fluid becomes acidic and starts eating internal seals and clutch packs. Your differential fluid turns into sludge that destroys expensive gears. Your power steering fluid breaks down and ruins your rack and pinion system. The real maintenance schedule BMW doesn't advertise. Change transmission fluid every 60,000 miles for $300, or pay $4,000 for transmission replacement. Change differential fluid every 50,000 miles for $150, or pay $2,500 for differential rebuild. Change power steering fluid every 40,000 miles for $100, or pay $1,200 for rack replacement. Independent BMW specialist data shows that cars with regular fluid changes have transmission and differential failure rates 90% lower than those following BMW's lifetime recommendations. This single mistake alone costs BMW owners over $10,000 in unnecessary repairs that could be prevented with basic maintenance. Number 9. Stretching oil change intervals to 15,000 miles. BMW's 10,000 to 15,000 mile oil change recommendations are engine killers designed to get you through warranty, not to make your engine last forever. This is the first secret that separates BMWs that die young from those that run 300,000 miles. According to Consumer Reports data and extensive Bimmer Post forum documentation, BMWs following 5,000-mile oil change intervals with full synthetic oil regularly hit 250,000 plus miles. Those following BMW's extended recommendations typically need engine replacements at 120,000 miles. Here's the science behind why shorter intervals are critical. BMW's turbocharged engines run at extremely high temperatures for efficiency and performance. This heat breaks down oil much faster than naturally aspirated engines. Extended intervals cause oil sludging, carbon buildup, and Vanos system failure. When the Vanos variable valve timing system fails from dirty oil, you're looking at $2,500 to $4,000 in repairs. The oil sludge also clogs oil passages, starving critical engine components of lubrication and causing premature bearing, where that leads to complete engine seizure. Master BMW technician Mike Miller from Pelican Parts confirms, every high-mileage BMW I see follows the 5,000-mile rule religiously. It's the difference between a car that lasts and a car that dies young. The extra cost is minimal, about $100 more per year, but the repair savings are massive. Number 8. Using generic oil instead of BMW LL01 approved oil. Using the wrong oil specification destroys BMW engines faster than any other maintenance mistake, even if you change it every 3,000 miles. This isn't marketing hype. It's chemistry that determines whether your engine survives or becomes scrap metal. BMW engines require LL01 approved oil with specific viscosity modifiers and detergent packages designed for aluminum construction and tight tolerances. According to J.D. Power reliability studies and BMW's internal engineering data, engines using non-approved oil suffer VANOS failures, timing chain stretch, and bearing damage at 3 times the normal rate. Here's what happens when you use generic oil, even expensive synthetic brands. The wrong additive package causes accelerated wear on BMW's precision-engineered components. Seals swell and leak oil everywhere. Timing chains stretch prematurely from inadequate lubrication. VANOS systems clog with deposits and fail catastrophically. The chemistry matters more than the change interval. Generic oil lacks the specific anti-wear additives that protect BMW's aluminum engines from galvanic corrosion. The wrong viscosity modifiers cause oil film breakdown under high temperatures, leading to bearing damage and engine seizure. Consumer Reports data shows BMWs using correct LL01 specification oil have 40% fewer engine problems over 150,000 miles. The cost difference is only about $20 per oil change, but using the wrong oil can cost you thousands in premature engine replacement when preventable damage occurs. Number 7. Ignoring small coolant leaks. BMW cooling systems are the Achilles heel of these engines, and ignoring even a small leak leads to catastrophic overheating that destroys engines worth more than most people's cars. This mistake turns a $200 repair into an $8,000 disaster. According to Consumer Reports and extensive BimmerPost documentation, cooling system failure is the #1 cause of BMW engine death. The plastic components, water pump, thermostat housing, expansion tank, and hoses become brittle with age and heat cycles, then crack without warning. Here's the deadly progression most BMW owners experience. You notice a small puddle under your car, maybe just a few drops of coolant. You think it's no big deal and keep driving. The leak gets progressively worse, but your temperature gauge still reads normal because there's enough coolant to fool the sensor. Then one day, the system fails catastrophically. Your engine overheats in minutes. Aluminum cylinder heads warp from extreme heat. Head gaskets blow from thermal stress. In worse cases, the engine block itself cracks, requiring complete engine replacement costing $15,000 to $20,000. What started as a simple $200 water pump replacement becomes catastrophic engine damage. BMW Master Technician data shows that proactive cooling system replacement at 80,000 miles prevents 95% of these overheating disasters. Replace the water pump, thermostat, expansion tank, and hoses as a complete system for $800 to $1,200. Number 6. Neglecting the $15 PCV valve. The positive crankcase ventilation valve is a $15 part that prevents $8,000 in engine damage. But it's the most overlooked maintenance item on BMWs. When this small component fails, it creates a domino effect of expensive failures throughout your engine. The PCV system regulates internal engine pressure by allowing crankcase gases to escape. According to Consumer Reports and Bimmer Forum data, when the PCV valve fails, excessive pressure builds up inside the engine, literally blowing out gaskets and seals throughout the system. Here's how to check if your PCV valve is failing right now. Remove the oil filler cap while the engine is running. If you feel strong suction pulling air into the engine, your PCV system is working properly. If you feel pressure pushing out or no suction at all, your PCV valve has failed and is destroying your engine seals as you drive. PCV failure is the root cause of 60% of BMW oil leak problems. The excessive pressure forces oil past every seal in the engine: valve, cover gaskets, oil pan gaskets, rear main seal, and transmission input shaft seal. What starts as a $15 part failure becomes thousands in gasket and seal replacements. BMW master technician Robert Bentley from Pelican Parts states, "I've seen $15 PCV valves cause $10,000 in engine damage. It's the most overlooked maintenance item on BMWs. Replace it every 60,000 miles, and your BMW will reward you with leak-free operation for life." Number 5. Driving hard before the engine is warm. Pushing a turbocharged BMW engine before it reaches proper operating temperature destroys turbochargers and internal components faster than any other driving habit. This mistake is especially deadly on cold mornings when oil viscosity is high. BMW turbos run at extreme temperatures and rely on oil circulation for cooling and lubrication. According to Consumer Reports and BMW technical bulletins, driving aggressively before the oil temperature reaches 180 degrees Fahrenheit prevents proper lubrication of turbo bearings, leading to premature failure and wastegate rattle. Here's what happens when you drive hard on a cold engine. The oil is thick and doesn't flow properly to critical components. Turbo bearings run dry and score from lack of lubrication. Piston rings don't seal properly, allowing blow-by that contaminates the oil. Timing chain tensioners can't maintain proper pressure, causing chain slack and potential timing issues. The temperature gauge shows coolant temperature, not oil temperature. Your coolant may be warm while your oil is still cold and thick. The oil temperature takes much longer to reach operating temperature, especially in cold weather. Most BMW owners make the mistake of thinking the engine is ready when the coolant gauge shows normal. BMW forum data shows that owners who allow proper warm-up time have turbochargers that last 200,000 plus miles. Those who drive aggressively from cold starts typically face turbo replacement between 80,000 and 120,000 miles at $3,000 to $5,000 per turbo. Number 4. Ignoring the timing chain rattle. The timing chain rattle on startup is your BMW engine's death rattle, warning you of impending catastrophic failure. Ignoring this sound leads to complete engine destruction that costs more than most cars are worth. Especially on N20/N26 4-cylinder and some V8 engines, the plastic timing chain guides become brittle from heat cycling and oil contamination. According to Consumer Reports data and extensive BIMR post-documentation, the guides fail predictably between 60,000 and 100,000 miles, causing timing chain slack. Here's the deadly sequence when timing components fail. First, you hear a faint rattling on startup that disappears after a few seconds. This is the timing chain tensioner struggling to maintain proper tension as the guides deteriorate. Continued driving causes the guides to break apart completely. When the plastic guides disintegrate, timing chain slack increases until the chain jumps timing. On interference engines, pistons hit valves at full compression, bending valves and potentially cracking pistons and cylinder heads. The repair requires complete engine disassembly and reconstruction. The failure often occurs without additional warning. One moment, the engine runs normally with just the startup rattle. The next, it suffers catastrophic valve damage requiring $8,000 to $15,000 in repairs. Many engines require complete replacement when piston damage occurs. BMW specialists report that owners who address timing chain rattle immediately can often prevent catastrophic damage with a $2,500 to $4,000 repair. Wait for complete failure, and you're looking at engine replacement or total vehicle loss. Number 3. Skipping intake valve. Carbon cleaning. Direct injection engines suffer from carbon buildup that chokes performance and eventually destroys valves. This is an unavoidable consequence of modern engine design that requires regular professional cleaning to prevent expensive damage. BMW's direct injection engines spray fuel directly into the combustion chamber, bypassing the intake valves. According to Consumer Reports and Pelican Parts technical data, this means intake valves never get washed by fuel, allowing carbon deposits to accumulate over time. Here's what happens as carbon builds up on intake valves. Airflow into cylinders becomes restricted, reducing power and fuel economy. The rough carbon surface creates hot spots that cause pre-ignition and knock. Eventually, carbon chunks break off and damage pistons, valves, and cylinder heads. The symptoms start subtly: rough idle, hesitation during acceleration, and reduced fuel economy. By the time you notice significant performance loss, the carbon buildup is severe and may have caused permanent damage to valve seats and combustion chambers. Professional walnut blasting service every 60,000 to 80,000 miles costs $600 to $800, but prevents thousands in engine damage. The process uses crushed walnut shells to blast carbon deposits off intake valves without damaging the metal surfaces. FCP Euro data shows that engines receiving regular carbon cleaning maintain like-new performance for 200,000 plus miles. Ignore this service and expect major engine problems by 120,000 miles as carbon buildup chokes the engine and causes internal damage. Number 2, running low on fuel constantly. Constantly driving your BMW on a near-empty tank destroys the high-pressure and low-pressure fuel pumps, leading to expensive failures that leave you stranded. This habit is especially deadly on N54 and N55 engines, notorious for fuel pump problems. The high-pressure fuel pump and low-pressure fuel pump rely on fuel itself for cooling and lubrication. According to Consumer Reports and Bimmer Post Forum data, repeatedly running the tank below a quarter full starves and overheats the pumps, leading to premature failure. Here's what happens when you constantly run low on fuel. The fuel pumps overheat from lack of cooling fuel surrounding them. Internal components wear rapidly from inadequate lubrication. Debris and sediment from the bottom of the tank get sucked into the fuel system, contaminating filters and injectors. The high-pressure fuel pump failure is particularly expensive on direct injection engines. When the HPFP fails, the engine loses power immediately and often won't start. Replacement costs $2,000 to $3,000, and the failure often damages other fuel system components. The low-pressure fuel pump failure is equally problematic. When it fails, the high-pressure pump can't get adequate fuel supply, causing it to fail as well. This cascade failure can destroy the entire fuel system, requiring thousands in repairs. BMW Forum data shows that owners who keep their tanks above quarter full have fuel pumps that last 200,000 plus miles. Those who constantly run near empty typically face fuel pump replacement between 80,000 and 120,000 miles. Number 1, not thinking like a BMW engineer. The ultimate mistake is treating your BMW like a generic appliance instead of the precision machine it was designed to be. This mindset shift separates BMWs that last 300,000 miles from those that die at 100,000 miles. According to Consumer Reports and interviews with former BMW engineers, these cars are designed as precision machines that reward meticulous maintenance and punish neglect. They're not Toyotas that tolerate abuse. They're German engineering that demands respect and proper care. Here's the engineer mindset that changes everything. Maintenance is investment, not expense. Prevention is always cheaper than repair. Quality parts and fluids are non-negotiable. Documentation and records are critical for warranty claims and resale value. Small problems become big problems if ignored. The proof exists in German taxi fleets with 500,000 plus miles on original engines and transmissions. The difference between these high-mileage BMWs and failed ones isn't luck. It's following engineering principles rather than owner convenience. Real-world example, A BMW owner spending $2,500 per year on preventive maintenance will spend $25,000 over 10 years. An owner who defers maintenance will spend $40,000 plus in repairs over the same period, plus deal with constant breakdowns and unreliability. According to Bimmerpost forum data, owners following the engineer mindset report 85% fewer unexpected failures and 60% lower total ownership costs over 150,000 miles. The engineering is there for 300,000-mile reliability. You just have to respect it. These 10 mistakes separate BMW ownership dreams from financial nightmares. Your BMW's engine is a precision machine that rewards respect and punishes neglect. Following these principles costs about $2,500 per year in preventive maintenance, but saves $5,000 plus annually in repairs. According to Consumer Reports data, BMWs maintained using these principles have a 90% chance of reaching 200,000 plus miles without major engine problems. That's the reliability BMW engineers designed into these cars when properly maintained. Treat your BMW like the engineering masterpiece it is, and it will serve you faithfully for decades. Ignore these lessons and join the ranks of former BMW owners who swear they'll never buy German again. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.